Hey everyone, and thank you to yet another episode of the Animal Welfare Enlightenment Program. I am Dr. Iyasere Oluwaseun Serah. And yes, this is a platform where we try to talk about issues related to animal welfare and try to increase awareness about animal welfare. And today, I'm not alone. I have a guest with me in person of Professor Bukol Oyebanji of the Abafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. She's also a university's Federation for Animal Welfare Links person in her university. And today she's joining me on today's program. She'll be discussing briefly about the role of ethnoveterinary medicine in animal welfare in developing countries. So you're welcome, Ma. Nice having you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Iyasere. It's nice to be here, and I want to say thank you for this opportunity to talk about what has been our passion, animal welfare, and to make people understand that it is not complicated. It is something every one of us can come in together to do. So thank you so very, very much for having me here.
You're welcome, Ma. So I would just like to know, because I'm also excited, what do you have to say about this particular niche, ethnoveterinary medicine in regards to animal welfare?
Thank you very much, Ma. You know, when we talk ethnoveterinary medicine, we are talking about what is meant to be our own way, indigenous ways by which we take care of our animals. And, you know, sometimes when people find the word, it looks big. But ethnoveterinary practices, these are things we do in our everyday life. And so when we talk about animal welfare, these animals are there with us. So the more we take care of ourselves, the more we take care of our animals. So what we are using in taking care of ourselves, there are some of them that we can use to take care of our animals. And, you know, because of education and a lot of people moving from rural area to urban area, there is this notion that herbs are only meant for humans, which is not true. In the rural areas, they use the herbs for themselves and they also use it for their animals. So we want to bring this back, that despite the fact that you live in the urban area, because a lot of people are into herbal medicine, now medicinal plants, a lot of people. I see a lot of my friends taking ginger, using garlic, you know, using turmeric for themselves. But I've been telling them, we can use some of these things for our animals as well. So we want to, so to speak, revive the use of herbal medicine for animal care in developing countries, because that is what we have. How many companies do we have in Nigeria producing animal drug? I can tell you we don't have any. We import every single drug that we use for our animals. So we want to look inward now and say, okay, herbal medicine, how can we leverage on it for caring for our animals? And of course, everything about animal welfare is the care of animals. So we are trying to look at some of these things that we have around us. Last week I was discussing with somebody and he was asking me about a particular leaf. We have it as flower in front of our office here. He didn't even know it was there. So he was now telling me he's been looking for the leaf. I took him outside and I said, that is what we are looking for, Bryophyllum pinnata. That is what we are looking for. And I told him how to do the cultivation. Just get a small bowl, take a part of that plant and plant it, very easy. And then you can use it for yourself and you can use it for your animals. So that is what we are trying to bring out now. But herbal medicine can be employed for the care of our animals. Because animal welfare is about taking good care of the animals. We don't want them in pain. And we know disease is a pain-causing phenomenon. So we want to use it to prevent disease. We want to use herbal medicine to treat disease and so keep our animals healthy and free of pain. So that is what I'm working on in my laboratory, trying to look at what can we use, especially the plants that are very common around us. What can we use it for? How can we bring it in to make sure our animals don't feel pain? So we are working so that we can speak the language of the people. You know, when we talk about drug, we have to talk about dosage, we have to talk about volume, we have to talk about concentration. So what we are trying to do is, we don't want something too complex. We want to be able to tell people that if you take a tin of milk and you put your leaf of a particular plant inside, that shows you have 5 milligrams. And if you have 5 milligrams of that, then you can use it for an animal of this size. So we want to simplify it. We don't want it to be difficult. We want to use what people have in their homes to be able to do the measurement and get a good result. So our standardization now is about what we have around us. I don't want somebody to tell me it's because I don't have a scale. Even if you don't have a scale, I know what we normally use in measuring like tin of milk, like a tin of Derica. So if you can bring those things down to standardize about medicine, then I believe that it will become mainstream and animal welfare will be better served.
Wow, that's amazing.
So in the lab now, we are working on three. We are working on 3 plants. We are working on Carica papaya leaf, which is practically everywhere in Southwest. Our preliminary study showed that it can enhance growth and it can strengthen the immune system of the animals. And one thing I normally tell my students is when we talk health, basically we are talking about the immune system. If the immune system is strong enough and is not overwhelmed, disease will not come. So we are trying to look at, okay, what can we do to strengthen the immune system? And I'm sure, even during all the season when people are having catarrh, flu, it is not everybody that comes down because some people's immune system are stronger to deal with that problem than others. So we are trying to look at, okay, how can we strengthen the immune system of our animals so that they are not even becoming sick, talk less of treating the sickness, prevention. Apart from vaccination, what else can we do? So right now in the laboratory, we are working on Carica papaya leaf, that is purple. We are trying to work on okra leaf because we see that okra leaf is very common around here. We take lots and lots of okra. So after taking the fruit, what happens to the leaf? Can we use it as part of our herbal arsenal? And then what I talked about the other time, bryophyllum, that people call abamuda. It's easy to cultivate. It's all over here. So we are trying to look at, okay, can any of this be put in the feed of our animals to strengthen their immune system so as to prevent disease, so that they don't even come down with sickness at all? So what we are looking at now is, okay, we know it can be used. What quantity? At what age of the plant can we get that desirable result? And how can people at home use it without going through a lot of stress of measurement? What are the common things at home that they can use to quickly get their measurements and get it right so as to be able to standardize it? Because standardization is a big issue in herbal medicine. And then we want to tell people that you don't have to be in rural area to use herbal medicine. Even in your home, how can you make cultivation of all those things? So we are not only looking at using it, we are even now looking at how to cultivate it.
Wow.
So we are looking at the complete value chain, that is from the farm, because another problem people have is, I can come out and tell you, if you do this, if you do that, how do they get it? So we are trying to make sure that we get people that can help us so that whatever we talk about here will not be difficult for people, especially in southwest of Nigeria, to get. Because I have had some issues like that. I've read about some plants and getting excited, it became a problem getting them. So we don't want that. So we are going to collaborate with botany departments. That is one of the things we are trying to do. So that whenever people hear us talk about any plant, if they contact us, we can get it for them. We can teach them how to cultivate it in an urban setting by themselves. So those are the things we are trying to look at. We are looking at it holistically, not just is it working, but more or less like it's working, how can you get it? How can you use it? And if you are running into any problem, you can make a recourse back to us because we are going to collaborate with a lot of experts that can always help out with that. And we believe that we can get that done very soon. Ethnoveterinary medical practices will become mainstream, and it's going to improve the animal welfare practices that we have. Because where you live determines the type of fauna that you have.
Yeah.
I've read some things at a time, and they have that thing in India, and I was really excited. Because when I tried to look for it here, we don't have it. So if I would like to have it, that means I have to import it. But we are not saying that that won't be possible with time.
Yeah.
Because by the time we are really into this, we will have to really go into production at a point in time,
yes.
that people can order if they are not interested in planting different types. But because it's within the country, it will be cheaper.
Thank you so much, Ma, because I see it as a more sustainable means of maintaining the health of our animals. It's available, readily available, and we just need to be able to apply science to understand the method of extraction and preservation and things like that. It will really go a long way to help, especially the rural farmers, based on the economic implication as well. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming on the program, and I wish you success.
Thank you so much.
In this new
Thank you.
Niche that you have carved out for yourself, and best of luck, and bye for now.
Thank you.